Oh, when you walk by every night, talking sweet and looking fine, I get kinda hectic inside. Oh, baby, I'm so into you. Hey, y'all. Um, I was shut down like the government, and then Ivanka Trump called me and told me that they're gonna push me through a payment later on the night. So then I said I go ahead and come to work because baby, I ain't finna work for free for nobody. And we finna get all into what's going on with the government shutdown. What up, what up, what up, y'all? It is Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Today it is Wednesday because the days I take my garbage out. I gotta apologize to y'all for not coming to work yesterday. I needed a mental health day with all these folks being in the hospital and all this running around stuff. Y'all was gonna get tears yesterday. Y'all wasn't gonna get no laugh. So I had to go ahead and call off my cubicle job. Use one of my PTO days. Nevertheless, I may not come when you want me, but I'm always on time. And if you guys notice all of these decorations and this emblem over there in the corner, this episode of Funky Dineva Live is brought to you guys by Afro Unicorn. Afro Unicorn hair care products for all your little girl needs. Y'all don't forget April Showers, who was on our show. She is the first Black woman to have a licensed character a licensed character on shelves at major retailers. And when I told her that I messed over her date, that we was gonna put her products on the shelves and so on and so forth, that's exactly what we did. The link is in the description box, guys. You can use promo code Funky25 or Funky something or another. It's in the description box how much you get off. But don't forget, Afro Unicorn for all your hair care needs. All right, guys, before we get into the show, I need y'all to take a look at this. So to the left is my swimming pool, and it's the trees. When a lot of y'all be asking me, why don't you just cut the trees? Number one, the trees don't belong to me. Number two, the trees are 5, 6, 8 stories tall. They're huge palm trees, and the leaves just blow and fall from that forest that's next door to me. That is the western corner of my backyard. And so that's what my backyard looks like. And that's whatever. Anyway, every morning I got sick and tired of getting up skimming that doggone pool because somebody said, hold on. Somebody said, hold on. What somebody said? Hold on, hold on. Somebody said something. Hold on. They said something good. They said Q. They said Q. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Let me put it right here. Let me tell you what they said. They said Q. You've been doing a really good job of putting your outfits together. Bitch, I told y'all I had some pieces. I've been told y'all hoes I had some pieces. My boyfriend had bought this for me. He bought this black diamond necklace for my this black diamond bracelet. He bought this for me for my birthday. What y'all nigga got y'all? A happy meal while he was in y'all car. What y'all man got y'all? Nothing but a one-way ticket to hell and back. What y'all man? I see my man. He got me some jewelry or whatever, because you know I love tennis bracelets. Nevertheless, thank you so much, blessed destiny. And going back to the story, this damn tennis bracelet didn't help my ass when I fell into that damn pool today. So listen, guys, the pool guy texted me earlier today. He comes every other Wednesday, and he said he'll be there in 10 minutes. And the last time he was at my house, this cover was not on the pool. So I don't be wanting to make the man job difficult. His name is Omar. So I said, okay, let me go out there and blow that pine straw off the top of that pool. So when he pulls it back, all that pine straw don't fall into the pool. So y'all, I'm holding the blower. I'm blowing, I'm blowing, I'm blowing. And the next thing y'all know, bitch, I fell in that damn water. So if y'all could see around the perimeter, I was walking around the perimeter trying to get as close as I could to spray the pine straw or whatever, because it's hooked up to the extension cord. And bitch, I fell in that damn water with the damn blower in my hand, plugged into the extension cord, and I had to hold my hands up like this because I didn't want that blower to fall in the pool with me and I get electrocuted. And mind you, my phone was in my pocket as well. It was just a whole mess. And now I'm 42 years old with scraped up knees, like I don't fell off my bike down to the park or whatever. So y'all pray for me. I had to put a peroxide on her till she bubbled like white. And I had to put Neosporin in all them Band-Aids. And please, Miss Kenny and or Miss Tony, the nurse, and all the rest of the girls, please don't think because I got these bruises on my leg that I will not be entering the fourth quarter Miss Sexy Leg contest. I have been the consecutive winner of the Sexy Leg contest since 1997, and I have no intentions on being dethroned today. Yes, God. For all of y'all, Dominican Republic girls, y'all check y'all emails because Legra sent out, I'm sure she already sent out the message about the different nights and what we need to be wearing. I hope y'all girls come with y'all pieces because I'm going to have my, and don't forget, please bring pieces that will grant the natives equal access to your punani because we is going down there to learn how to do what? Prostitution. We are going to the Dominican Republic to learn from them Spanish hoes how to do prostitution. We told y'all that the price of cooch don't fall below the price of a box of leg quarters. That's under $40. And we trying to come back with some skills that'll allow us to corner the market and to be able to command more. And them Spanish hoes down there in the Dominican Republic got it. That's why your man always going down there on a work trip or going down there with his homeboys because they going around there jumping up and down in them girls like it's a trampoline. Nevertheless, we finna go right down there and let some of them Spanish hoes teach us how to do prostitution, and we finna come back and have it all going on. Not to mention, last but not least, y'all do not forget about the Funky Bunch cruise. We had about 280 people last time. I want to see everybody, 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 oh, everybody. Oh, everybody. I want to see everybody on the cruise. We are going to have a real good time this year, the same way we had one last year. And then we're going to have some extra fun because those of us that's going to the Dominican Republic this time, we're going to teach a seminar on the cruise for how to do prostitution. I'm going to have Legra have an add-on. You pay for the cruise, but if you want that extra night class, we're going to be teaching on the boat on how to do prostitution. And then we're going to offer the internship right there on the boat because there's going to be a whole bunch of husbands, boyfriends, and single men. It don't matter because when you're doing prostitution, it don't matter if he married. As a matter of fact, when you doing prostitution, I just started reading the books. When you doing prostitution, it's actually more better that he married. The more married he is, the more he pay for it because he paying for secrecy. So we is going on that cruise about to hunch all these ladies' husbands in the name of paying our bills. And then when we finish that, we're going to step in the name of love. But we will be having a training class the first day on the cruise on how to do prostitution 101 and 102 with all the things that we learned from the Dominican Republic. With that being said, let's get right on into the show.
All right, so I am leaving the Capitol. The government has officially shut down. Let me just explain how we got here today. There were two bills on the Senate floor. One was a Democrat-backed bill. Even if it did pass, which wasn't going to happen, it wouldn't have averted a government shutdown because it hadn't passed the House before. These are both temporary funding bills to kick the can down the road just a few weeks. Another was a temporary funding bill that was Republican-backed that had already passed the House. And if it cleared the Senate, it would extend government funding for 7 weeks. This was what Democrats and Republicans were fighting over, right? Democrats said that it didn't do enough to address concerns about health care. They wanted an extension of Obamacare tax credits that are set to expire at the end of the year. Republicans had said that they didn't want to negotiate with Democrats.
And I'm going to end it right there because this video gets really lengthy. But all my government worker fish, please put me in the chat if you are going to be affected by the government shutdown. I want to see how much of the funky bunch we need to pray for this evening. Please put me in the chat if you are going to be directly impacted by the government shutdown. You know, this is so unfortunate. The last time we had a super long government shutdown, it was during the Trump administration. I think that one was, don't quote me on it, it was either 20 days or something to that effect, or 35 days. Nevertheless, this is just very bad. I'm not even finna take the show deep into this political corner, but I want to say we praying for all of y'all that had the good federal jobs, and we hope that these people don't furlough y'all too long, and we hope that y'all don't go too long without a paycheck and have to tear your credit up and all that. But you might want to take our class down in the Dominican Republic on how to do prostitution in case you find yourself with your pants down. Literally. And y'all know they say they do real good prostitution. The market is really good in DC, where the federal government at. So all the DC girls, y'all might want to come down with us to the Dominican Republic. Don't get caught slipping. Learn how to, let me tell y'all something. For everything we getting ready to go through with this man, prostitution is the answer. Okay? Man, woman, flower pot, prostitution. Okay? Ain't got no gas, prostitution. Got furloughed from work, prostitution. Husband or wife left you, prostitution. Parents died, need money for the funeral, prostitution. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we've been sitting around here trying to be classy based all this time, and they say it's the oldest running profession, and that's the reason. It done stood the test of time. It done went through biblical times. It done went through dinosaur times. It done went through caveman times. It done went through slavery times. It done went through voodoo times. It done went through Jim Crow. It done went through the civil rights movement, through the 70s, up through the 80s, to the 90s, and it's still here, baby. Prostitution. Even the dinosaurs ain't here no more. Prostitution. Your dead grandma ain't here no more. It's been around longer than her. Prostitution. Aunt Nettie is 113 years old, down to the nursing home, and it's been here longer than her. Say what? Prostitution. The answer been in front of us all this time, and somebody convinced us to go down there and go to college, get all these degrees, tear our credit up with all these student loans, when all we had to do was what? Prostitution. And this show is brought to you not only by Afro Unicorn, but the Assembly of Sex Workers. Sex workers are people too. Get your sex worker union card at www.assemblyofsexworkers.com. And listen, if the government stays shut down, we're going to need some more prostitution. And speaking of some people going to need to do some prostitution, the farmers out there in middle of America, they ass going to need to do all the prostitution, because the White House is in a bind. I'm in a bind, Nate. Soybean sales to China have plummeted to zero. China said they were not playing with our ass. Them people ain't bought no soybeans from us since May. And we had went down there and talked the purchase order fish down to the procurement department in the White House. And she said she ain't even got no faxes, no emails, or no letters for any other, for Michelle B. Yes, I have it. She says she ain't even got no purchase orders for the future for the soybean people. So listen, your wives out there in the Midwest are already on meth, and they already fool our line down to the pool hole. You might as well put their ass on the track and let them do what? Prostitution. Because China, one of the largest buyers of America's soybeans, has not purchased a single shipment since May. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture data, in 2024, China bought, check this out, y'all, 12.5 billion of the 24.5 billion worth of soybeans that the U.S. exported globally, more than 50%. For months now, the figure has been zero. And here's what y'all president, that orange turkey, had to say. The soybean farmers of our country are being hurt because China because China, for negotiating reasons only, not buying, Trump posted on Truth Social. Then this lying bastard went on to say, we've made so much money on tariffs that we're going to take a small portion of the money and help our farmers. I don't think they should get a goddamn dime. I don't think those people in Wisconsin, I don't think those people in Iowa, and I don't think those people in Minnesota and any other one of those MAGA country red leaning states should get a goddamn dime. Y'all don't like government handouts, right? Y'all don't like government handouts. Why don't y'all just work harder to sell your soybeans? China's not the only country in the world. Why don't y'all launch a campaign to sell your soybeans somewhere else? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You're freeloading off the government. It's our taxes. I thought y'all did not like government handouts. I thought y'all didn't like when groups of people did not got things from the government. Now, all of a sudden, now that y'all are about to lose everything, I think I read somewhere that the entire state of Wisconsin is about to go bankrupt. Don't quote me. Now that y'all have lost or about to lose everything, now you want a government handout from all the money that this man claims he done generated from these imaginary tariffs, or this imaginary money that he done generated from these BS ass tariffs. Go get a job. Move. Y'all don't like government handouts. And so here is what I'm learning, because guys, when I'm up late at night and I do a lot of studying, I've already told you guys this, I'm very fascinated by the mindset of the white Christian evangelical. And a lot of white Christian nationals, they believe in a hierarchical state of being, that they are at the top of the hierarchy and everybody else simply doesn't matter. Like, that's a large part of their ideology. So with this being said, what I'm hearing and what I'm understanding is a government handout is all right for you, because the government is only supposed to serve you, because this is your country and no one else's. But when it comes to anyone else, the same luxuries and comforts that you want to be afforded, no one else is supposed to have, because you're above everyone. Everyone is down here and no one else matters. Only you matter. So once you get your money from the government, your handout, your bailout, your welfare, your food stamps, your housing assistance, once you get all of that from the government, it's not hypocrisy that you don't want us to have it. It's the simple fact that you were designed and born to have it and nobody else should have it. So it's not really you being a hypocrite. Got it. Got it. I completely get it. Understood. 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 I hope they ass go bankrupt down to the ground. I don't eat the shit. And I can't really think of much. Well, we're not going to have a problem in the U.S. with it, no way, because we're going to have too many of them. Matter of fact, the whole U.S. going to be stinking. They're going to have to bury so many of them damn soybeans. And you know what? I would hate to sit here and laugh to the detriment of my own country, but I want China to stick it to our ass so bad. Stick it to the east, stick it to the west, stick it to the president that we hate the best. Stick it to our ass. And here's the thing that I was reading in some articles while I was preparing for the show. China is not budging. They've shifted their purchases to Brazil, Mexico, and other places. And economists were saying it may be a very long time before those farmers in the soybean market here can rebound. 5, 10, 15, even 20 years, because it is about relationships and policy. And it takes a while to build relationships. And trust and believe, now that China has shifted its purchasing to other countries, that's a flood of money that's coming into those countries that they've never had. And trust and believe they're going to fight to keep China's business. They are going to fight to keep China's business as they continue to cripple our economy. $12.5 billion gone. Over 50% of the products that we sold, I feel bad if you have to feed your kids using soybeans. Moving right along to something a lighter, guys. I don't know what all the hell going on down the cenat house, honey, but every time somebody go around cenat house, it's some damn bullshit ensues. This go around, it was y'all's favorite little man, Kevin Hart, seemed to have got into a heated word exchange with some of the side characters that were at Kai's event because they were talking to his 20-year-old daughter, guys. Take a listen.
We're not yo, bro. She 20. Kev.
I'm be honest
Put a
with you,
shirt on, bro.
that's the first time I almost whipped the nigga.
Put a shirt on, bro.
I almost
Chill.
jumped on your.
Chill,
You hear me?
chill.
Don't you tell me what the he is.
Chill,
Don't you tell me what she is. She came out my boat. That's my daughter.
Hey, whoa.
Wait, what?
That's my kid.
They YNs.
That's
bro.
my
They
kid.
YNs.
No, but don't talk to me about what my daughter did.
I'm just telling you.
I know. I'm saying. You say lawyer tone. Nah, fact.
Oh, no. Hey,
No, watch out.
Lower
I'm
your
telling you,
tone.
Kev.
Give me a second.
Lower your
Give me a second.
tone.
No. He think because he coming here dressed like an African church goddamn minister that I won't jump on his ass. You hear me? No, man. They need to all back up off my daughter. I don't like this whole section. I don't like this whole section.
Talking to her, bro.
Clothes don't fit. The shoes is weird. Both y'all, I don't trust you. And get your hands out your pockets, because you look like you got some shit with you. You got a gun on you? You bring a gun in here? I ain't never trusted with no shape up. I ain't never did it in my life. I ain't never trusted it. I know. Miguel Nunez is fine. Okay. What? No, hold on.
Y'all, so it's funny. I see a lot of y'all in the comments saying they were just joking. It was staged. I absolutely hope it was. The young lady is 20 years old. I don't, unless the guys were being disrespectful to the young lady, I don't see a reason for him to get this far. But a lot of people are saying it was an act. It was a legit joke. Don't take it serious. They were joking. Gotcha. I love it. It was funny. And special shout out to Kai Cenat. Keep doing your thing and paving the way for streamers and online personalities. You are doing your thing, young man, and I am so proud of you. And speaking of, because I know something y'all wanted me to touch on, I'm glad young people came up. I know that the entire internet is on fire today because of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. But y'all know I don't follow that young girl stuff. And if I'm being perfectly honest with you, it was just so much going on and it was so toxic and so sickening that I wasn't even interested on catching up to get in. And then JT is involved and Santana is involved, and it's just a lot. And I think that we a little too old over here at the Funky Bunch to even get down in all of that. And not only are we too old, Nicki Minaj is too old. Now, y'all can correct me if I am wrong, but I will say this. I'll be the first person to admit I don't know the ins and outs of the rap stuff. I don't know who started it. I don't know who went low first because I don't follow it like that. But from where I sit with my 42-year-old ass, from where I sit, it feels like Cardi's album came out. She started breaking all of these records and getting all of this attention. And then somehow or another, Nicki with this negativity appeared. Now, that's just how it seems from where I sit. That's just how it seems. And if that is the case, then I'm here to say this. Nicki, it makes you look like a hater. We're too old. And in all honesty, you are aiding her in selling her album because the level of publicity that she is now gaining, she wouldn't have even been able to pay for. Like, she was dominating the blogs last week because of the album records and whatnot that they were breaking. Now, all of a sudden, she's back in the blogs this week after the hoopla of the album. We already got through that. Now she's back in the blog all this week while she has an album out. And so, you know, I always say while you dig in one ditch, you might as well dig two, because what you got planned for me is going to happen to you. It appears as if you jumped on the internet in an effort to read, shade, maim, hate on her, whatever word you want to use. And in doing so, all you did was gave this girl a free level of promotion that's going to further propel her already successful album. That's my 2 cents on it. The second thing that I want to say is, if I was Nicki Minaj, to be quite honest with you, you just too rich to give a damn. And I think some people, once they get a little bit of success or a lot of bit of success, they need to go back and spend the night in the house they grew up in, or go back and take a nap in the neighborhood they grew up in to help them gain a little bit of perspective. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remotely have close to what Nicki Minaj and Cardi B have. But the little bit that I got, just the little bit that I got, it really puts me in a mind frame where I just be like, child, girl, I ain't finna argue with you. Bitch, I'm laying down. Bitch, I'm down to the Houstons with my friend. I ain't finna argue with these people. And I ain't even remotely got what they got, and I'm already there. It's just, I just could not wake up and just get into somebody, just start bothering somebody. You know, the last thing I want to say on this Nicki and Cardi thing, because the junk is so doggone stale. It's like, respectfully, Nicki, you've had a 10-year run. You've had a 10-year run. You know what I'm saying? You had Light, Latifah, Salt and Pepper. Those girls, they had a decade run. Foxy and Nicki had Foxy and Kim had a decade or more run. You've had your decade run. Girl, now it's somebody else's turn. It literally is just that simple. It's somebody else's turn. Nicki, you have came, you have collected your things, their things, and all the future things. You've collected all the things. Undeniably, Nicki Minaj in this lifetime will die as the queen of rap, okay? And I ain't even all into the rap to know all that. But she will die as the queen of rap. Nicki, baby, go shopping. Call me. We could go eat. We could get on a yacht. We could get on Instagram and laugh at these hoes because they got to go to work every day and we don't. Like, Nicki, find something else to do. This just ain't it. It ain't it, and it's making you look very problematic in the space. And Petty Post Daily said Nicki had a 15-year run. Just let somebody else have some. It's enough out here for everybody. It's enough out here for everybody. Last but not least, and I'm going to move on. I would have never given another bitch the satisfaction of remotely thinking I was hating. I would have stayed so quiet, the blogs would have been saying, where is Nicki Minaj? And then my only tweets would have been, why y'all mentioning me? Go listen to y'all fave album. The way my pride and my ego is set up, it wouldn't even let me get on social media while another bitch shit was going like that, because I wouldn't want nobody to remotely call me a hater. And it's like, Nicki, you just reading and reading and reading and reading. And again, I'll be the first to say, I don't know all the history and I don't know the ins and outs, but from the outside looking in, it's looking like this girl's success got you catching stress in your chest, and now your feelings boiling over and you are losing your mind, and it is devaluing you, Nicki. It is devaluing you down. I'm looking at you like, it's like it's taking you off your queendom level. It really is taking you off your queendom level. The fact that you cannot congratulate, the fact that you like, where were you at 2 weeks ago? Where were you at 3 weeks ago? Where were you at last month? The timing of all of this just makes you look like one hot lava melting pot of a hater. And that's all I got on the Nicki Minaj stuff. Moving right along. Y'all remember Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms? But this is what she looked like now.
I'm on a United flight headed from Chicago O'Hare to Des Moines, Iowa to teach all day today at Ocean Athletics. So I will see you there. And surprise, surprise, we are going to open up the Q&A this evening at 5:30. You can pay at the door. So if you didn't get your tickets, the more the merrier. Come on and see us.
So I'm going to tell y'all something, and listen to me carefully. You ain't ugly. It's two things wrong with you, but you ain't ugly. You're either broke or you're fat, okay? You ain't ugly. You're either broke or you're fat, because Abby Lee Miller look good. Abby Lee Miller looks good, okay? She looks good. Now, I don't know if she had a facelift. She definitely lost the weight. I don't know why she can't walk. Somebody say, who face she done stole, child? It's looking like, ladies, y'all would know better than me. Is that weight loss in work? I mean, is that weight loss in makeup, or is that surgery? Is it, somebody said she lost weight and gained a walker. Y'all ain't shit in the Funky Bunch. But ladies, y'all would know better than I do. Is that weight loss in makeup, or is that surgery? Somebody drop that in the chat and let me know what's going on. Oh, so they said clearly that's a face. That's the, see, y'all be on all them filters. I don't know all them filters and stuff. That's a filter. Oh, I don't know, but I didn't know the filters could make you look. Okay, so are y'all telling me the ladies still look the same? They say it's AI. Well, that's low self-esteem, honey, because y'all know how I feel about y'all getting in the media presenting like what you don't look like. That is a problem to me. Anybody who wants to get up and present like they don't look in real life don't like the way they look. Go argue with your damn mama. We gonna move. Okay. Now, let me warn y'all, okay, that this next story is gonna upset y'all. Okay, this is a trans woman, biological woman type of story, and I just thought that it would be interesting to play. Cherry the Boom was on the Outlaws podcast with T.S. Madison, and she had some very controversial things to say, but I definitely think it's worth a conversation. And I'm going to preface by saying, before I give my commentary, it is my promise to y'all that I am going to try my hardest to approach this conversation with a lot of respect for y'all and a certain level of sensitivity as we uncover some truths and try to get to some type of common ground. But take a listen to what Cherry the Boom had to say.
You openly you'll tell a female, I've seen you do this. Bitch, you jealous of me. And you know, a female's thing is, how could I be jealous of a carbon copy? I'd like you to elaborate on what you mean.
Girl, I'm so glad you asked me that, because there's all their response. How can I be jealous? I'm the real thing. So if you're the real thing, why are you angry? If I want to be you, why do you need to say that? You see my existence. I don't want to be you. I don't want to have periods. I don't want children. You have nothing that I want. When it came to this woman, that was hormone therapy. I've always known how I wanted to present before I even knew what transgender was. Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to see the television shows like Maury and Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake. And is it a man or is it a woman? It's a transsexual, it's a transgender. And even though I didn't know how that was possible, I knew that that was me. It's representation. And when I tell women that they're jealous and their response is, how could I be? Look at you.
Oh,
That's really what it's all about. Our physical. Yes, we are women inside of here, but they can't see inside. They only see our physical, and this physical is what has you in an uproar. You can call it fake, you can call it this, you can call it that, but it's mine. There's a lot of biological women out here with fake breasts and ass and hips and teeth. So why aren't their bodies fake? Y'all are jealous. That's what it is, girl. It's jealousy. And they need to be reminded of that. And again, when I speak like that, it's not all women. You know, they be quick to be like, oh, y'all hate us. Y'all are jealous of us. No, sweetie. If y'all left us alone, there would be no problem.
so what does leaving us alone look like to you?
Leaving us alone is allowing us to be. Leaving us alone is staying in your place. Leaving us alone is not feeling obligated that it is your business to tell a man what's between our legs or what we were born. That's what leaving us alone is. Leaving us alone is not trying to figure out who's having sex with us because we all fucking the same man.
Well, do you truly believe that we're all fucking the same man?
Absolutely. I deal with husbands all the time, boyfriends all the time. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it is also a part of the reason why I'm single, because I see how they do you. So you can't be the blueprint. I allow you to be you and exist. Why can't we? And I'm just not one of those girls who are asking to be friends. I'm not one of those girls that are asking for you to allow me to be myself. I'm not looking for your approval. I'm not looking for your acceptance. I'm not looking for your opinion. None of that matters to me.
Woo, child. Cherry had a lot to say. I'm just gonna let that sit where it's at. But somebody put something in the comments that I saw that said, why don't we see trans men act like this? Somebody put in the comments, why don't we see trans men act like this? And I want to answer that question. So I think a large part of the reason why you do not see the same division and this same tension between real men and trans men is because a trans man will never be a threat to the group, to men. They just wouldn't. Like, men don't walk around carrying a fear that trans men are taking over, that trans men are infringing on their space, because at the very end of the day, they're women. They're viewed as women, and we live in a man's world. Patriarchy. Patriarchy is the reason why you do not see men and trans men having this level of tension. And that is on that. I actually had some questions that I wanted to ask, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just leave it alone because I don't feel like tussling with anybody tonight on this subject. But I just thought it was a worthwhile video to play just as a conversation starter, because there are several sets of experiences, right? There are trans women. I don't know what I want to say. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just leave it alone. I just thought it was a worthwhile conversation for some of us to ponder upon, create whatever thoughts and ideas and illusions or delusions that you have or that you want. So I'm going to do one more story, and then I'm going to bring our guest on. And this next story is about a building in New York. So first, we've had buildings in. I do want to ask one question. I do want to ask one question. Never mind. Buildings is steady falling down, y'all. First, we had the building fall down in Surfside, Miami, and then now in New York, there has been an explosion that has left the whole side of a skyscraper falling down to the ground. Take a look.
Y'all gotta check on y'all people's ASAP, bro. Bro, what the fuck blew up? Bro, what? Nah, bro, this shit is.
So, a powerful gas explosion tore through the Mitchell houses in the Bronx this morning, collapsing the incinerator shaft from the ground floor to the roof of this 20-story New York City Housing Authority building. Authorities say it's a miracle that no injuries have been reported thus far. This is very, 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 very scary. Praise the Lord that there was nobody standing at the bottom of that building where those bricks could have fallen and that nobody was hurt. And I'm surprised that nobody is hurt. I'm surprised that nobody was hurt in this situation because that was a whole lot of bricks. Like, let's look at this one more time.
Y'all gotta check on y'all people's ASAP, bro. Bro, what the fuck blew up? Bro, what? Nah, bro, this shit is.
This is so sad. So y'all make sure y'all people out in New York are okay. So guys, I want to get ready to bring to the stage somebody. Let me see what we got going on here. We got, hold on, we got a whole lot going on. Nina, you may want to go ahead and turn your camera on. And bam, that's that. But ladies and gentlemen, Nina, say something. Can I hear you say something?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys who are having some trouble out there in, I didn't even post this. I had meant to post this. In the wellness area, in the relationship area, in the self-respect area, in all of those other areas, our special guest tonight has a special program, guys, that you guys are going to love. And it is the 52-week experience. I want to bring to the stage Miss Nina from the 52-week experience. Nina, what's going on, girl?
Hey, Funky. Hey, Funky Bunch. Thank you so much.
Listen.
Oh,
Nina,
my goodness.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I know I work Miss Shelby's nerves so bad. I appreciate her so much. Of course, thank you for creating the space and just being so inspiring.
Thank you.
We watched you. I know I've watched you, from the Queen Supreme, well, before then, the Queen Supreme days to the days with those people, sending them their mic back to you now having your own studio, and seeing your glow up has been just amazing for me. So thank
Nina,
you for
I
getting out the
appreciate
bed on
that.
days where you didn't feel like it to come here to work for us.
Say it. You better say it. Thank you. And you wrote a beautiful handwritten note. I love it. I'm not going to read it. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm not going to read it. She was shocked. I'm not going to read it. Nina, girl, you made me feel like I was in college with all these damn books. So before we get into it, Nina, tell the people a little bit about yourself and why you are on our line.
So I am Nina, and I am a wellness advocate, a joy dealer. I am a lover of just peace and things like that. And I know that when I had a lot of life hit me some years ago, I know what it took for me to get out of that hole and to keep going. And even still, some days, how difficult it can be to just want to get up and to keep going. And in 2019, I created the journal series. It started in a much smaller form and just with different little prompts to help people do positive things. And I've grown it into a number of books. You only have some of them.
Oh my God, this ain't even all of them.
I reduced it down. and instead of just having people do positive things, I've started to also help them unpack to be able to make room for positivity. So I don't know, I'm just you got to work with me, I'm nervous right now.
Nina, girl, it's fine. We are all family. You're gonna be all right. I'm gonna coach you through this thing, and you're gonna be all right. So listen, let's
Thank
start
you.
with all these books that you got. What book you want to start
Okay.
with? Because you sent me
Okay.
about 5, 6, 7 books. What book would you like to
All
start
right.
with?
So let's start because you've been talking a lot about dating and
Uh-huh.
love and things
Uh-huh.
like that. And I specifically said to Miss Shelby, the dating inventory book will be a good one because it helps people. It's easy to say what's wrong with somebody else,
But this one
but
gonna help you say what the hell wrong with you.
exactly.
Pause for 1 second. Let me sell the hell out this book. Single people, all you bald-headed, natural hair wearing, big bite hoes in the chat that's single. All of y'all, I got my degrees. Black women make more money than men. I got my degrees. Miss Sassy Pants with your degrees. You got your degrees, but you ain't got your man. Your ass probably need to get this book, because listen, when Holly Berry can't keep a man because she crazy. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing about men. Men like women that got it going on. And if I've always said this about women, and y'all can take this to the bank and cash it. If you are everything any man would want on paper, and you check every single box, as so many of y'all think you do, and you ain't got no man, bitches, because something wrong with you. Go ahead, Nina.
So essentially what Funky said, but no, it's really about you taking a look at your flaws and faults and knowing how you show up in dating and being clear on on what you really want from dating. Because so many people talk about they want something, but they don't really know what they want. And it's really just gives you some time to, like, you be honest with yourself. It's you only cheating yourself if you lie to yourself. Like, it's not gonna hurt anybody but you. And like, it's your book to do what you want and to put your truth in. So even questions about how you process, how you witness love growing up. You know, who have you hurt? Have they forgiven you? Did you forgive yourself? When you're going out on dates, you know, taking account of those dates and things like that. Do you really like this person? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it anything that turned you off? And so on and so on. So it's a number of prompts in there. It's not just hard copy, but I also have it in virtual form as well.
I love it.
We'll
I
talk
love
about
it.
those.
I love it. Let's move on to this 52 dates with you. What is this one about?
So that one is for those who are dating and or married. It's just
Okay.
a cheat sheet. It gives you 52 different activities and prompts that you can do for over the course of a year. Don't know what you want to do for the night? Flip through the book, pick something, you can journal together. Or you can journal yourself if you're just dating.
Me and my man, we gonna use this. Okay.
And,
I
and it's
like
also
it.
in virtual form too.
Okay, virtual form as well.
Yep.
Let's talk about where you want to go next.
One of the coloring books.
One of the coloring books, and I saw that. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because adult coloring books now apparently is like the new thing. And I guess, you know, adults are coloring to decompress and HDAD and all these different things.
Good for anxiety.
All of you
as well.
guys
It
in the
slows your
chat,
mind
how
down.
many of y'all in the Funky Bunch are have coloring books or have revisited your childlike self with coloring books? I'm trying to see something. And while we tally up, put me in the chat if you color as an adult. And while we tally those up, Dina, talk to me about these coloring books.
Okay, so the one that now, did you open that one yet?
I have not. It says Kink
okay.
in Color.
I don't know if you can show that one.
Oh, baby.
I don't know.
This book is nasty, bitch. It's nasty. It's nasty, y'all. Look, nasty piece of book. Erotic color, honey. I like this kind. Come on, Kama Sutra. Hit it hard from the back. Roll around to the front.
He is a
yeah.
mess.
It's so nasty. Nasty, put some clothes on. Why don't you? All my nasty girls in the chat, honey. I'm a color with this. Woo. Hold on, babe.
So that one, I worked with an illustrator who was able to help me with putting things together. I sent him everything that I wanted, and he brought everything to life for me. I wanted to make sure to have all of the images
Hold
be
on,
as
Nina.
lifelike as
Hold on,
possible.
Nina. Hold on, Nina. You send them everything you want. So I want to hear you tell me in my ear how you describe to this man how you wanted him to draw this lady getting hit hard from the bike.
No. No, it wasn't nothing like that. I found the images that I wanted. I found the images that I wanted. And I said, I still have the DMs. No, because my man is watching.
I just want to know, how did you put that in writing? Like, have her bent over at a 90-degree angle with her hand up like this.
And some of them, honestly, I did. Because I wanted it as specific and as detailed as possible. Some of them, yes, I did.
I love it.
If I couldn't find an illustration, I was very, I laid it all out.
Listen, for all of my freaky, kinky people, kink in color, I like this. I like this a lot.
Thank you.
Do not let your children find this book, because you're going to be explaining a lot that you might not be ready to explain.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything in there.
But I love it. I've never seen anything like that. I think that's a novelty item. I think it's different. And I think for those out there who like to play in that space, and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, I could see a world where me and my guy sat down at the table and we both tore a page out and we colored it just as an activity to do as a couple.
So I do have a virtual sex or X-rated program as well that goes with the coloring book, and one of the activities is that one of you give oral pleasures and the other one tries to color and stay in the lines.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there is another, that's the online program as well.
I like that. So listen, for those of y'all who need a little spice, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you, Nina. At 42 years old, yes, I don't have, like Jocelyn Hernandez said, love, sex, dirty sex, every sex. I don't already have every sex. That's new. That's different. That, like, I can see a world where I say to my significant other, we're gonna roll the dice. Okay, it's I'm gonna try to color while you do this. That is fun. That's fun.
The sexual exploration programs is 52 different weeks of prompts and activities that you can do with your person, all sexual.
Wow. So but listen, those of y'all who marriage on the rocks, okay, your man out there messing with the secretary, and you got you better throw this Hail Mary to try to get his ass bite, bitch. 52 weeks. 52. For those of y'all who don't do nothing, which y'all ain't had sex in 2 and 3 months and all that, can you commit to 1 time a week? 52 weeks, 1 time a week. Get these books.
And the prompts.
Go ahead.
Okay, the prompts will come to your phone. So you won't be
even
able to
better,
forget.
baby.
The prompts will come to your phone.
Come on, baby. You could send them prompts to that man's phone while he down to the job with a little picture of you and a little bit of lingerie. Honey, tell them you don't send them kids around to grandma's house, and you don't put old nasty Stouffer's lasagna in the oven for when that man come home from work. And y'all better get to working on y'all relationship, Nina. I think that is very clear. I love it. Let's move on over to this one, the As I Am coloring book.
So children can see that one.
Okay. Oh, this is inspiring.
So it is that is the affirmation coloring book. From A to Z. I have affirmation words in there. Same thing. I found an illustrator, and then from the florals and the additions around the physical person or the people, I added that with the words because it was just something that I wanted to have to give to people.
And guys, there are a lot of pages in here, and I will say this. I'm already thinking about, I need to give this to my niece, because me flipping through this on the show, there are so many iterations of a Black girl. I mean, every Black girl out there is in this book. Like, there's so many iterations of the beautiful ways that we come. I can tell you took your time with this one and paid a lot of attention to detail. And it's just, I'm looking at every Black girl I went to elementary school with, everyone I grew up with, everyone I went to college with, everyone I seen in the workplace, everyone I met down to the bar with a Honda cars, be the girls that do prostitution. I'm seeing everybody in here, and this is amazing, and it's extremely affirming. We need more situations like this. And let's talk about this one. 52 weeks for me, the 52-week experience to reconnect to myself.
So that complements the coloring book, and then I also have an online version of that as well. That one is it's easy for us to lose ourselves in work, other people, children, projects, businesses, spouses, or whatever. And it's just for us to make sure that we stay connected to us and who we are, and not lose our identities in the mix of things.
What I'm hearing is this is for all of y'all who let yourself go, who don't never do your hair, who always walking around in sweatpants and slides on with no bra on and food stains on your shirt, looking any type of way. You're passing your man in and out like two ships passing in the night. You dedicate all your time to your kids or taking care of your aging family, and you don't have no time for yourself, and you feel invisible. You want to get that old thing back. You want to get back to yourself because you lost yourself. And we've all done it. We're all going to do it several times in life. But if you want to get back to you, this the book for you.
And even it's you do a self-check about what's around you too. We do take stock in the standards that we set in dating, but a lot of people don't take standards for what they set for friendships and things like that. So all of that kind of stuff is in there. And the difference between that one and the virtual one is that you're getting more prompts throughout the week versus just the one prompt. You're getting an affirming prompt where you set your affirmation for the week, and then also some goal setting prompts and action plan prompts, so that way you're like making sure to really check in with yourself.
I love it.
The code Funky 20 is actually for the programs, the online programs, the virtual books, and everything else is already 20% off in the store. So that way they don't need, anyone who wants to support you don't need to put a code in for the books, the physical books or the merchandise that's in the store. You just use the code Funky 20 for the virtual books. And if there's anyone like adult toy dealers, I do sell the books wholesale, so especially the coloring books. And if you talk to Candy, that she needs some books,
okay, I sure will. I will forward it over to Don Juan. I sure will.
You can get you a nice finder's fee if Candy decides she needs these books.
I sure will. I will forward it over to Don Juan. Don Juan, I'll be calling you later on. And then so Nina, a lot of people want to know, can you buy them in a bundle?
Sure. Let me know what you want.
Okay. Let her know, and she'll work it out for you. Nina, before we get out of here, tell these people where they can find you across all social media, and say whatever it is you may want to say in closing.
Also, if you do opt for the virtual books, and you download the app Spaces, it just makes the experience a lot better, and then you can also communicate directly with me. I'm going to leave the sale and code up until Sunday night, and on Monday is because I don't want no problems from nobody. And on Monday, if I do, it's just so that way I can have enough inventory to mail out. I will then submit the orders for the books that I need to print. And then it takes a few days for them to come in, and then I will get everybody's orders out. I have already talked to everybody that needs to help me. We are not going to be holding nobody's orders. If anything, if you want to tell Funky I done something, you will say that you got some gifts, you enjoyed the books, and everything like that.
I love it. Nina
said
she ready. She say she gonna fulfill these orders, and y'all already know what we do in the Funky Bunch. We love to run up these people's register. So I need for y'all to go to the 52weekexperience.com and use promo code FUNKY20 to get 20% off of all of the programs. The books and whatnot in the store are already discounted. Nina's made it even simpler for you. So if you see a book of your interest on this show or on the website, go ahead and throw it in your cart. And don't forget, you get 20% off of all the programs if you use promo code Funky20. Nina, is there anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Nope, just thank you.
Nina, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And be sure to check in with Michelle B. I'd love to know how many people just purchased and all that type of stuff as time goes by. And we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Nina.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was Nina B, everybody from the 52-week experience. I love all of that. And for those of you guys who have been, I guess, in a long-standing relationships and you know, you just you know, a little bored with what y'all got going on, I'm not gonna lie to you, this oral pleasure thing while the other person is coloring, I'm really interested in that. That could be a lot of fun. And then too, maybe put a little time it in you know, a 2-minute, 3-minute situation, and then see who has the best picture. That's a lot of fun, and that's a lot of thinking outside the box. And I can't wait to sit down and play in some of her books and whatnot. Moving right along, guys. Going back, the theme of tonight's show is prostitution. So, mortgage anxiety is back. Americans are Googling help with mortgage at the highest rate since the Great Recession, raising alarms about rising costs, interest rates, and a possible housing crisis. Search data shows that more and more Americans are turning to Google for help with mortgage at levels we haven't seen since the aftermath of the Great Recession. While experts warn against drawing a direct comparison to the 2008 collapse, the spike signals real anxiety over rising housing costs, higher interest rates, and financial strain hitting households nationwide. Do you think we're headed for another housing crisis? We absolutely are. We absolutely are. And the markets that are going to get hit hardest are the ones where the prices were inflated the most. Miami, something. Ooh, let me tell you something. When the market finally turns, it's going to do a number on Miami's ass. But I have a question for you guys out there, and I don't want to get into your business too much. But of all of those people who have been Googling how to get help with their mortgage, is any of that you guys? Please put mortgage in my chat if you guys have been you know, struggling with your mortgage, if you've been thinking about doing something with your mortgage, if you and your significant other are like, things are getting tight, if you've lost your job, if your mortgage has gone up, if your escrow has come up short at the end of the year, put mortgage in the chat. I'm trying to see how many people in the Funky Bunch this is affecting, all while Trump and his friends are getting filthy rich. And you know, the sad part about it, as we wait for the comments to come in, we got a couple people saying mortgage. As we wait for the comments to come in, the saddest part about it is that you've got those diehard MAGA people, some of the main ones struggling, like the ones in the middle of America, that will still find a way in the midst of them having trouble. They will still find a way to justify their vote and to justify that this man is doing the right thing in office. So let me tell you one thing that I've come to learn on my own about the mental illness that is called white supremacy. It requires unwavering loyalty. And that is why it works. Like, white supremacy works very well for those people because it requires unwavering loyalty, even when your loyalty is detrimental to your well-being. White supremacy states you must stay loyal. And that's what they're doing. Despite the fact that they are losing farms, despite the fact that they are losing health care, they are willing to sacrifice in this life so future generations can maintain their position. They will never hold this man accountable, and they will never admit that they voted wrong because they're not allowed to if they want to stay in the club. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let's move right on. Now, y'all, this next story is funny as hell to me. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Peach McIntyre. She's a social media influencer. She has a whole bunch of kids, either 9 kids or 11 kids and a husband. And, you know, at times she can be a little rough around the edges. And she has monetized her entire life. Nothing is off limits. You know, CPS has been called on this girl several times. She know that she's had to move and she's needed to sit. It's just been a lot going on with Peach on the internet. I don't follow her closely, but every now and then her things fall into my timeline. And most recently, guys, she sent her children, 2 of her children, to school. From what I could deduce from the context clues, they go to a private school that appears to be kind of like one of those predominantly white private schools. And there is a non-for-profit organization in the community called Feeding Hungry Little Tummies. And Peach is alleging that her children were the only children given this charity food. Take a look.
I had to call my husband to assist me with calming down because I really feel like they got me messed up. My son, Tracy, when he went to his school, his whole school got bags of food similar to this, the whole school. But to single out my children, and I'm talking about random, you got my kids' names on this fucking bag, talking about feeding empty little tummies. Got me messed up. Y'all better not never, ever in y'all life pick my kids to be the kids with empty little tummies. Like noodles, little bootleg cereal and shit like that. I told my kids, y'all not eating that. I'm about enraged. I'm so upset. Like, don't ever play with my motherfucking kids like this. Your life, how you assume that gorgeous Underwood and amazing Underwood got empty little tummies? I pay for school lunch. It ain't free. Better stop playing with me.
Listen to this, y'all.
They can't open the door. Better get this shit back. I don't know who played with my kids like this, but you better not do it no more. Office closed at 4:15 p.m. Current time is 4:08. I dropped my kids off at tutoring. I came to bring y'all back this food.
I came to bring y'all back this food. It's so funny.
I don't know which one of y'all had the bright idea to make this for my children, but don't ever play with my kids like this ever again. Whoever you need to talk to, my kids don't have no fucking empty tummies. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Ever again. Ever again. Don't play with my kids. I'm dead serious. Fuck about nobody else kids in this motherfucking school, and I don't give a fuck if they kick my kids out of this school. Don't ever in y'all fucking life choose my kids to be the kids that got empty fucking tummies. The fuck? That's so offensive.
You know, so I have been following this over the weekend, and there's a lot to process here. So the first thing, I'm not going to lie to you. I think the owner of the nonprofit, the responsible party, I think that their intentions meant well with the name of the program, but I'm not going to lie to you. If my child came home with some food in a bag like that with their name on it from empty little tummies, I would be slightly offended too. All right. Secondly, you know, Peach is alleging that her children were singled out. And, you know, I can understand her being offended. Now, Peach been ranting on these people for days now. The people had to turn their comments off on their page. But I will say this, Peach, and I want to be correct. They corrected me in the chat saying that it's a charter school and it's free. I want to say this though, Peach, you didn't even get no straightening. You didn't even get no straightening. There was no dialogue. You brought the food back and you gave the food to Secretary Fish. Like, girl, she ain't even the one that gave your children the food. So it's like you didn't even straighten nothing out. Like, you just went in there and was being ignorant on the internet. And now, y'all gotta think before y'all do stuff now. Because now these other children, their parents are gonna see this. Their parents are going to have all types of negative things to say about this interaction that their children are going to overhear. And now those children are going to come back to school and be pointing and snickering at your children. Not to mention, this has gotten so big on social media that the district and the principal have probably already sent teachers memos and emails about the situations. And in a situation where you said you did not want your kids to be singled out, not only have you singled them out even more, but you've made them targets. And not only have you made them targets for bullying from other children, you've made them targets from adults. I have seen it and I have experienced. When adults can't get to the other adult, they will take that shit out on your children. Y'all have got to be careful. Can y'all ass down there where y'all children is and talking to people any old type of way that are responsible for caring for your children. Because I can assure you, if I was a teacher and you came out to that school and you showed your ass on me, I wouldn't give your child any extra attention. When I see your child doing something wrong, I'm not going to go out my way to help them. When I see the other kids bothering your child, I'm going to pretend like I'm grading papers. I'm going to be ambivalent towards your child. And it's just a natural human reaction to do so. Now, some people say that Peach sent her kids to school unkept. I can't confirm or deny that. I don't follow her that closely. And on some of her other videos, somebody called Child Protective Services, and they had CPS at her house, and that's on her page, Peach McIntyre. But Peach, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm very intrigued by all of this, and I would love to actually just interview you and talk to you about it and pick your brain and take some questions from the audience about what you got going on with all them kids and what the outcome was. So Peach, if anybody send this to you or you can hear me and you are within earshot of my voice, either DM me on Instagram and or email me at funkydineva@funkydineva.com. I would love to talk to you more about this situation because I'm just so fascinated by it. And another situation that we're fascinated by, in this edition of Bitch Get a Job, Brittney Renner wants her baller baby daddy to dig even deeper in his pockets for child support because her $5K just ain't enough. The model is now asking for the court to tell PJ Washington to shell out at least $35,000 a month, according to TMZ. She believes that amount will help raise their 4-year-old son in a manner that's suitable for a child who has such a wealthy father. So, guys, this idea never hit me until today. Brittney Renner is currently getting $5,000 a month in child support, right? And I know in the past, the law was, one of which, you give the baby mama enough money so the child can maintain the same lifestyle at the mom's house as they would have at the dad. I'm here to tell y'all, I officially disagree with that moving forward. Now, despite the fact that this man just signed a new contract, let me read the rest. Now, the two initially agreed to $5K a month when they lived together in North Carolina. However, after moving to California last year with her toddler, Renner says things have changed significantly. In court documents obtained by the news outlet, Renner says she cannot afford the high cost of living given the current child support order, and added that Washington exercises less than half of the visitation time he's entitled to. She further claims she's currently struggling to make ends meet. Now, let me explain something to y'all, and let me explain something. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't think it should no longer be. I do think in this day and time, even though these athletes and entertainers are stupid, that there needs to be a certain level of protection for these men. I definitely think child support should be capped. I definitely think child support should be capped. Listen to me. When the mother doesn't have an income. When the mama don't have an income, child support should be capped. Now, follow me here. If you are a high earning woman and you making $250,000 a year, and then you got a husband and he's making, $3 million a year, whatever, then and only then should you be playing in that $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month child support space. People who don't work and people who don't have no income, I'm sorry, y'all. These days and times, these women going around trying to have these babies from these men just to get checks. You know what I'm saying? Like $35,000, that is big nerve, girl. Okay. And there is just no world where you are going to convince me that you need the 35 for the child and that you are not going to be benefiting from the 35 more than the child would. Okay. When you living up in high rises and driving expensive cars and wearing expensive stuff and eating at the best of places, those aren't things children care about and or need. They need a space that is safe, clean, and within proximity to their schooling. Not to mention, the $5,000 is child support, not you support. I'm sorry. If that man was not in the picture, your ass would be having to work and pay bills. Your ass would be having to work and pay bills. I'm sorry. The court should ask you, how are you paying your rent? How are you paying your car note? It's child support, okay? $35,000, that is absolutely ridiculous. There are people on the show right now that's their doggone salary. I don't care who you are, and I don't care what level you live on. If an extra $5,000 fell out of the sky for either one of us right now, that would change our lives. $5,000 extra a month knocks any average American up 2 or 3 stations. I want y'all to look at y'all current bills right now, what you make, where you live. If somebody gave you an extra $5,000 a month, you could feed your child, you could dress your child, and you could upgrade where you are already living, and you can upgrade what you're already driving, and you could upgrade what you're already wearing. Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. $35,000 a month? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny here, and I know it's not a whole lot of money, but there are people in this chat right now that are taking care of families off of $5,000 a month. There are people in this chat right now, they every 2-week paycheck is $2,500 a month, and they making it enough. Now, somebody in the chat said their rent is $5,000. Okay, fine. So is hers, or maybe it's not. But if somebody give you an extra $5,000, that's more than enough when you add that to your money for you to take care of your child. When you add that $5,000 a month to your money, because again, that's what I need to ask. How would you take care of yourself if you were not my baby mama? Honestly and truthfully, and I don't care what nobody say, you can fight your mama on this. That shit should be capped. It should be capped at 15. It should be capped at 15. 15 should be the I don't care what city you live in. $15,000 is enough money for you to live good, eat good, and ride good. $15,000 is enough for you to, and this is me being generous, making allowance for the fact that he's an athlete. Listen, I think the beautiful thing about coming from humble beginnings is I know how to make it enough. baby, you give me an extra 5 on top of what I already got going on. If I was regular working fishing, I'm gonna show you how to make it enough. Okay. Somebody, Ty J said 5K is my take home. I'm so glad I bought a house when I did. Nevertheless, girl, you ain't getting no $35,000. And here's the other thing. Like, I guess Brittney just want that 35 free and clear and guaranteed, because I am pretty sure with what Brittney Renner does in terms of bookings and dating and other things, excuse me, no shade, but in the space that we are in, the influencer space, the social media celebrity space, the reality TV space, the space we're in, 35 a month is not even that hard to come by. So, girl, I mean, get what you could try to get out the man, but we expecting to see you put a little bit of effort into taking care of yourself and taking care of that baby. Last but not least, y'all, they broke in Glorilla house and stole over $700,000 worth of stuff. Glorilla family called the police, and Glorilla wasn't home when it happened, but the police were less concerned about the people that broke in Glorilla house and more concerned about all the pounds of weed that they found in her house. And Glorilla is speaking about it for the first time. Take a listen.
It's now been a little more than 2 months since this traumatic event took place. Why are you deciding to speak out now?
Well, because I feel like me and my brother and sister, we were victims in this situation, but somehow they're trying to paint us out to be suspects, and I just feel like that's all the way wrong.
Grammy-nominated rapper Glorilla sitting down for her first TV interview since she and her family became the victims of a home invasion in July. Her lawyers Drew Fenling and Marissa Goldberg have asked her to refrain from talking about the specifics of the incident, citing the ongoing investigation. But they told me that the hip-hop superstar, whose real name is Gloria Woods, was in Indianapolis performing during the WNBA All-Star Weekend when 3 armed intruders broke into her Forsyth County home in the middle of the night. A family member fired at the burglars, but they got away before police arrived.
So that's what happened. I was looking for in the article where they say, looking at family members, the police were called. I'm trying to see how much weed they found. After the invasion, they shifted focus towards weed after they found it in Glorilla's bedroom. Because she was the owner of the home, she caught a possession charge and had to turn herself in. And she says that she feels like her brothers and sisters were the victims in the situation. I forgot, I think it was 70 pounds of weed, or it was 7 pounds of weed. It was 7 pounds of weed, I believe. It was a lot of weed. And so here's the thing. 2 things can be true at one time, right? Like, we can investigate the fact that you had a home robbery, and we can also investigate the fact that you had all that weed in the house. Like, 2 things can be true at the same time. I love Glow, but I also feel like before your family called the police, if y'all knew y'all had that much weed in the doggone house, y'all should have went and put it in the doggone car and went and hid it. Everybody's putting Forsyth County in the chat. Forsyth County was the most racist county in Georgia. It was, if you guys look up Forsyth County on YouTube, you will see an old Oprah episode where those people in her audience going the hell off about them not accepting or wanting Black people in their community. That is Forsyth County. Again, I don't understand why many of us, we get out the hood and we want to come move in higher upper echelon areas and still do hood rat things. Don't get me wrong. I partake in pharmaceutical activities. I make no secrets about that. However, baby, if ever I get caught with anything, baby, I'm just going to have enough on me to get a little misdemeanor charge. Why do you have that much marijuana in your possession? It's just not smart, and it's not that much smoking in the doggone world. And what makes it even worse is that while Glorilla was at the WNBA, the shit might not have even been hers. I doubt it was hers. She said she was there with her brother and her sister. It probably was one of theirs or all of theirs, but you the homeowner, and now you got in trouble, and now you're learning a very valuable lesson about having people around doing nefarious things. You will get caught up and brought down if you are not careful. Now, I commend Glo for looking out for her sisters and her brothers, and I understand that they are young, so I'm not going to give them too much. But Glo, y'all should have known better than this. Girl, had you just a little Ziploc bag like we do in here, honey. Just a little bit in the nightstand. It's just, I only know the words because my boyfriend always said, get a 3.5. My boyfriend stay buying a 3.5. I don't know, because I'm not hood like that. You know, when I did do drugs, I did rich people drugs. I wasn't doing that stuff you had to roll up like that. But that's not what we talk about. So he get a little 3.5. Just buy a 3.5 at a time. Or buy a couple 3.5s. Or buy an ounce. You know what I'm saying? Drake said it was a couple ounces. Let me look it up and see how much it was. I thought it was pounds. She said it wasn't pounds. I thought it was a couple ounces. Let me see. Pounds. Let me see. How much weed did Glorilla get caught with? Y'all could tell I was Secretary Fish back in the day, honey, because I type real good. So please don't ever try to read me on my show. It was not ounces. It was 2.8 pounds of marijuana in 2 jars of THC wax. I knew it was pounds, honey. And yes, anybody who has pounds of weed on them need to go to jail. Okay, how much y'all hoes be buying at a time? Somebody said, child, 3.5, child. That's nigga shit. You better get you an ounce. That girl say she get an eighth. How much y'all be buying? What's a 3.5? 3/5 of an ounce, D. Milton, who saw? A 3.5 is 3/5 of an ounce. Let's see. So see, y'all buying ounces. See, I'm not ghetto like y'all. I don't know how it go. But get an ounce. Don't have no more than an ounce. An ounce for the bounce. Okay? An ounce. They said they get an ounce. Okay, and they said how much she had was 40 ounces. You can't tell me somebody wasn't in her house selling weed. You can't tell me your brother or your sister wasn't the doggone weed man with that much weed. Y'all is not stockpiling that much weed for y'all to smoke at a later date. The child, please. Gigi Lorraine say she get 5 pre-rolls at a time. Terry M said 2 ounces. Y'all some smoking ass heifers. That's why y'all lips black. Andrew Shepard say she get a quarter. Nevertheless, y'all, it's 9:30. I'm finna get my ass the hell up off here and go get me something to eat. And I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.